On today's video, we take a look at that reserve list market and make sure it's doing what you need it to do. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. If you're new to my channel, you've somehow found me out there in the nachos and cheese universe of YouTube. Thanks a lot for deciding to check my content out today. Really hope you guys enjoy it. Smash that subscribe button. Join in the party as I give this, as Deadpool would say, maximum effort. All right, guys, reserve list conversation. Pretty epic stuff. The reserve list continues to move around very nicely. There's a lot of sales, very solid sales across many different platforms, suggesting the reserve list is doing very well as it hums along in privacy, in secret, where nobody seems to notice right now. So, we've got Wheel of Fortune. This is going to be a revised copy of Wheel of Fortune. I'm showing you the prices for today. You're looking at $400 in Canada, $350 in the US, €250. I'm getting better at saying that, right guys? And of course the sales are strong. Remember, since it's used in Commander, this card is always going to be in demand now. This card is going to continue to go ebbing and flowing, but it's going to go up. See my arm going up? That's where it's going to head. So if you have copies of this, hold on to them. If you're a person who needs to buy them, the best time to buy is to buy it now. And remember, this is an entertainment channel, not a finance channel. No. I just hoard magic cards in the background. Don't pay attention to what's behind me. Or can you notice any differences? Who knows? People do notice things I do back there. All right. Card number 2. This is going to be alpha. This is an alpha. I know I don't usually cover alpha, but I was interested to check some stuff out. So, an alpha time vault. You're looking at around $8,500 in Canada as an average price, $7,200 in the US, and €4,500. Wow, the sales are slow, but are we surprised? When you're getting to this high end of Magic, which is why, guys, you don't see me cover it too often. When you cover alpha and beta cards at anywhere in the power level of power of 9, power of 10 for this kind of card, like Lab of Alexandria, people consider this those top tier amazing cards. Yeah, the sales are always going to be slow, but the fact I can say they're slow and not non-existent tells you that people still look for these cards. They're just looking for deals, and they all realize that the price of these cards is only going to go up. That's why they're still buying them at these prices. Keep it in mind if you have reserve list cards. Hold the line. Don't sell. Don't sell. Hold them. Hold. Don't do it. I know you're thinking about selling to a card store. Don't do it. Hold it. Don't give them the benefit. Nah, it's all for you. Keep it for yourself. It's the way it should be, right? You've earned it. All right. Card number 3 is going to be the Carnival Souls. Now, Carnival Souls is not one of the biggest cards out there. I did enjoy using it back in the day for certain decks, especially with Second Chance from the Urza block where you got anyway. We'll get to that card another day. So, at $30 in Canada, $20 in the US, €12, steady sales, you can see why the card moves along. When a creature comes into play, you lose a life, but you get a black mana into your mana pool. This can have a lot of interesting effects you might want to have some fun with, and that's why this card is still selling. Plus, the artwork is very creepy. I like it. All right, card number 4, Pendril Miss. All right, okay, we've gone over this card lots of times. Remember when it was $2? Do you remember on the channel I told you guys $2? Look what I'm going to be telling you today. Look at that screen. Pendril Miss is the poor man's version of getting Tabernacle of Pendlevale. Pendle Mists, whatever you want to call it. Pendril Miss, whatever you want to call it. Guys, it's the same as the land. Except for this one's an enchantment, which can sometimes be a pain to get rid of. And you can bring it back with Skull of Worm and all kinds of other things that bring enchantments back. Now, giving creatures an upkeep cost means you probably don't want to have this in a creature deck, but it can be a lot of fun in Commander. Now, $30 Canadian, okay. $20 in the US, gotcha. And €17, boom, but the sales are strong. They've been climbing over the last 3 weeks with people buying multiple copies of this card. And there is a reason for it. If you can't afford a Tabernacle, this card will do in a pinch at 1/100th of the cost, right? That's why people are holding it, because eventually this will be the card people go to and the value will continue to climb. Keep an eye on it. It is going to $100. It's going to happen. All right. Card number 5 today is going to be the Debt of Loyalty. I've always loved this card, but I've never used it. All right. The average price is $40 in Canada. Understandable, because our prices need to be higher here. Yes, I banged the microphone. You just heard it. All right. $32 in the US of A and €21. Guys, I get it. Steady sales, moving along, good artwork. Bringing a creature back that you get bringing a creature back that you get to take control of can be a lot of fun to do. I can see it. And, he's got his arm all wounded. It's awesome. Good card. and I've never used it. That's the funny part. All right, next card, of course, is still Devi Excavations because it's had a lot of movement lately. There's been a lot of people buying this card. So lately, this card has been on the move. It's at $33 in Canada, $28 in the US, €17 will get you this one. Sales are strong. I was surprised to see how many copies have moved in the last 30 days. Yes, I know some of the people on the channel like to have one here because it's the card of the channel. It's what we like to have as a reserve list card. But understand its price is going to rise. It is a useful card. Remember that. Read what this card does. Take a look at it, guys. Look what it can do for you. Look at the ways you can manipulate decks to make this card work. Epic. That's why it's in my Commander deck. The new Commander deck. All right. Ebon Praetor. It's funny, eh? I look at this card. We used to laugh at this card. Come on, bunny rabbits, weird stuff. But it was used a lot. I know it's 6 for a 5/5, and yes, it got a -2 counter every turn unless you sacrificed a Thrall. So all my friends had like 4 of these with like the Thrall breeding pits and all kinds of like Bastille Thrall, Armor Thralls, Mind Stab Thralls, all this kind of Thrall deck. Because this guy was throwing at you huge. I mean, look what it does, guys. It's a brutal card when used correctly. And it's $7 Canadian, $5 in the US, $3.50. I should have said this properly. I messed it up. How do you say 350 in euro? 350 euro? 3 something in euro? €4. How about that? I messed that one up. That's okay. You guys will forgive me. The Ebon Praetor is a good card. It's a card you're going to want to get after. All right, next one. Interesting. The Conch. Now, the Conch Horn has lots of uses, guys. As a Fallen Empires card that was basically worthless before all this, before all the buyouts happened in 2020 in December, look at this card now. If you're new to my channel, we covered this stuff all the way back then. You can see some of the old videos. They are hilarious. $8.50 in Canada, $5.50 in the USA, and €6 with strong sales. Obviously, it has uses. That's why it's one of the few. There's like 6 or 7 Fallen Empires cards that can really go into quite a few Commander decks. Those are the cards starting to rise. Keep an eye on those bad boys out there. You're going to have fun. Just tune into my channel. I will keep it updated for you. Awesome card. All right. Next card up is going to be Eternal Flame. Now, this card, in those situations where you got to deal damage to people, it can be fun. I remember this picture and I kind of thought of Star Wars stuff back in the day, or ninjas for some reason. Now, average price, $12 in Canada. Okay, $7.50 in the US and €12. Guys, strong sales. Somebody's moving on this card and it is happening daily. And it's across a few platforms. So it's interesting to see people who think they can get by and sneak through. Like, I'll buy 3 here and 3 here and 3 here. We still notice you. You're not hiding anything. We know you're out there. So in that case, Eternal Flame is on my list today because people are buying it. All right. Next card up is going to be the Lurker. I know, right? The Lurker. Now, the Lurker, of course, is from the dark. Now, at $15 in Canada, $8 US, €12. Steady sales. But as long as you're not attacking or blocking with them, he can't be targeted. It's interesting. He's 2/3 for a 3, which is very reasonable casting cost for back in the day. I can see why he had a lot of fun. And as the name Lurker, like, it's kind of cool. I'd love to see if people have found real uses for this card later, or if it's just going into collections. But the sales have been steady and they've been kind of spaced out over the weeks and months and years. So it's interesting to see if this card is finding homes in any decks. If you know of any, let me know. And our last card we're going to discuss today, of course, is going to be, that's right, Season of the Witch. Now, I remember this card being $18, $20 tops. Tops when we covered this on the channel. The Season of the Witch has continued to rise because, number one, that artwork is awesome. Look at that artwork and tell me that doesn't remind you of like the horror movies of the 80s. What was it? Halloween? The Halloween kind of things? Okay. The fact the card costs 3 black, yes, I understand it's going mostly into a mono type black deck. I get it. But $70 in Canada, this card's going over 100. It's going to happen. $50 in the US and €50 with strong sales covering a multitude of platforms. Multitude, all across. Locally, there are buy lists that have wish lists on it. I've already seen it and talked to some of the stores. This card is a card to watch. People do want it. So don't let this card slip out of your grasp. If you have it, hold on to it for a very long time. Reap the reward of holding your reserve list cards, guys. Don't give them up unless you have to give them up. If you got to make cash, you got to sell. I get it. Keep those diamond hands alive. Remember, hold the line. Don't sell those cards. because these reserve list cards are only going to get harder to get, especially in good condition. That's something you want to keep your eye on. I'll have more finance videos this week that I'm sure you'll all enjoy. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, spread it around to your friends. Let's welcome those new subscribers and hope we get to 10K. Going to be epic. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. This is MTG Moxman. Looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a great one. Hey guys, big shout out to all my patrons and all the new patrons. Guys, those who have joined on, your name will appear on Wednesday's Patreon when I do all the updates for all my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much to all the new patrons. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the support. I didn't do anything.